Now this is really interesting to me because this is a big open field and it's always sunny right here, and yet you've got all these ferns growing in this wide open field, which I don't think that's really typical. I thought they more like the shade, but as you can see, they're just very, very prolific here. And then there's some big little patches sticking out there. And I'm not quite sure what ferns these are specifically, but I've always loved ferns. And in some areas, you just get them thick like this. And it seems like every couple of years, you get them really thick too. But there's definitely different kinds even in here. So, yeah, but, yeah, they look like your typical average ones. So, okay. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll find some mushrooms, because it's been raining for the last week or so. Of course, all these morels, they're like kind of hard to spot at first, but once you spot one, you usually start seeing them all over. And I know they're up here because I've seen them up here before. There's a road goes up that way. Another little sycamore here. They've been doing some work, and I see they blocked the road off. They don't want those ATVs coming through here, I guess. But, yeah, we'll see what else we see up here. Maybe I'll find another tree to identify that I'm unfamiliar with. Okay, I just wanted to record this because, holy Moses, these are some humongous ferns. I mean, look at how big these fronds are. I don't think I've ever seen them get this big around here. Makes me wonder just what kind of ferns these are, because they're huge. My goodness. You're monstrous. Ugh, bug, get out of my eye. Yeah, but I just wanted to record that because that's, I mean, all the little ones are behind it, but these by the road, these are just monstrous. It's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen them that big before. Huh, I guess they can get that big. I'll have to do some research and see if I can narrow down the species specifically, because, as I said, there's a lot of different varieties up here. So there's some more big ones. Wow, that's just incredible. Some big ones back in there too. All kinds of neat stuff. I don't know what kind of oak this is. I've tried to look it up, but I don't know. It's got the point, so it's in the red oak family. Even though it's not got, it doesn't have the sharp tips. Maybe it's like a blackjack oak, because here's a red oak right next to it, a common one. You can see the points on those and the sharp. But this one's a little more rounded, and there's not very deep lobes. And I guess it's possible it could be some kind of hybrid, because oaks tend to hybridize really easily. So, you know, you get two different species, and you get some kind of new crazy variety. So, all right. Yeah, you can hear the birds out there. We're definitely getting deeper into the woods. I can see all kinds of trees around me. Black locust, sycamore, tulip tree, also called yellow poplar. And right here, too, here is, I thought it was behind me, but here it is. Here's the chestnut tree that I get the chestnuts from every year. So you can see those sharp, pointy leaves right there. And I don't see any chestnuts on it this year, though. I would think that they would have started developing by now, but yeah, I came here in the fall, and all around the ground there were a whole bunch of them. I think there's another one up here, too. In fact, I'm almost positive. Maybe this is the one I got it from. Yeah, this is the one I actually got the nuts from. So, of course, like a lot of nut trees, they produce heavily every 3 or 4 years or something like that. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to have any nuts on it either. Well, that just sucks. I guess I'm not going to get me any chestnuts this year, because my Chinese chestnuts, they're not big enough to produce yet. But yeah, last year I came here, they were just all over the ground here. Had my first taste of roasted chestnuts. Went online and figured out how to do it, and I mean, it's kind of rare to find the chestnut trees anymore. They used to be more prolific, but that rust disease kind of came around and killed them off. And I mean, for all I know, this might actually be a non-native variety. I don't know if this is American chestnut or not, but oh well, heading back up the road. All right, and here's another little tree species that I've never seen before. Um, Interesting. I'm looking up and I'm thinking that it's a black tupelo, which I always thought tupelos were in the south, but I guess there's some varieties up here. But it says that 50 to 70 feet. Well, this is a baby then, if it is. Simple oval, 2 to 5 inch leaves, alternately attached. That's what made me, first look. Light gray to brown bark. The bark is definitely similar to the picture there, as you can see. So, okay. Let's see if we can figure. I don't see any fruit on it, so maybe it's too young to produce, but so I can't really look at the fruit there. Fall color red. Oh, that would be nice. Moist wet soils, which is right along streams or wetland. Yeah, it's along the stream bed right down here behind it. The leaves widest above center leaf, wavy, toothless margin, shiny green above, paler, and often hairy below. I do see some little hairs in there, and it is darker on the top than the bottom. It is shiny, glossy, and right here you can see where some of them on these terminal buds, they kind of group together instead of being as alternate. So let's see, that's oaks do that too, I notice. And it leaf stalks often red, leaves often clustered at ends of branch. Yes, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to say that I just successfully identified another tree in the woods that I wasn't familiar with. So I think that's 5, maybe 6 so far. So very productive trip so far. I'm going to have to lock this one in. Yeah, black tupelo. I like the name, Tupelo. That just sounds pretty cool. Yeah. So, wow. Oh, look, we got a little willow here, too. Some kind of willow. It looks like a yellow color bark. I wonder, is there a yellow willow in here? Let's see. Elm, aspen, poplar, cottonwood, birch, willow. Whoops. Okay. Get off me, caught me cushiony scale. You got a black willow. Bark, dark brown color and deeply furrowed. No, so that's probably not a black willow. At least I think it's a willow. Gray to brown, often red tinges, shallow fur. That's pussy willow. God, bug, get off of me. Weeping willow. But then, of course, this book only has 117 species in it, so maybe it's something that's not in the book. But it definitely looks like a willow. I mean, I don't remember too many other trees that have those narrow, maybe Russian olive, but I've never seen one of those, so I wouldn't know. But a nice little white oak over there. Difference between white oaks and red oaks is that the white oaks produce acorns every year, while the red oaks produce nuts every 2 years. Got another big tooth aspen here. This one's got some of the red tinges on it. That's obvious. You see how pronounced those teeth are. Not like that last one down there in town. Okay. Unless I see something more interesting on the way up there, then I'll go ahead and turn the camera off till we get up to the reservoir so you guys can see that. Okay, so here's one that I can't find in the book, and maybe you guys can help me out with it, because this one's definitely unfamiliar to me, but you can see it's not quite a tree. I guess it's more of a shrub, but it's got these interesting leaves. Remind me of alder trees, but then you got these little nut capsules. See, I don't know what they have. 4 little lobes on the bottom, but they're not papery. They're really solid, not like the wahoo that I've seen one actually over by the Cheat Lake Dam, which I have a video of that area. But these little, there's a lot of these around here, and I really don't know what these are. I'd like to know. So if anybody knows what these little shrubs are, leave me a comment down below and, help me out with this identification, because like I said, I'm starting out with trees because it's easiest. There's a lot fewer varieties than, other kind of plants, but especially wildflowers. Tons and tons, thousands of those, while there's only several hundred different tree species. So figured I'd start with trees, make it easier. But yeah, if anyone knows what those are, then give me a holler there. Give me a heads up on the comments below and let me know if you know what those are, and I'll do some research on that. All right, back up the trail, going to the pond. Okay, I think we got one more tree here because the hike to the reservoir is a little bit longer than I remembered. But this tree caught my eye right off the bat, but I wasn't sure about it at first. But now that I'm looking at it, it's just a small beech tree. It says the leaves are 2 to 5 inches, so that's probably about in there. These might be a little bigger than that, but then I guess younger trees tend to put out bigger leaves. It's got the points. It's got the lateral lines there. No fruit on it. Of course, the bark matches too. So even though I thought this might have been something else, I think we're going to call this one an American beech. Now, as you remember on the last video, I had, for some dumb reason, my brain just mixes up birch and beech like crazy. But yeah, I'm getting it down. This is definitely beech. And then birch has the different kind of leaves, but nice little valley down in there. You can see the creeks running through there, or maybe that's just a swampy area. But a lot of club moss down here. I mean, check all this stuff out. I love club moss. It's just so amazing to me, this stuff. It just hugs the ground, but it just like carpets it, and then it sends up those seed pods that you can see there. And definitely interesting plant. And this whole hillside, I mean, as far as I can see down there, it's just blanketing the whole hillside. And actually, because this little area was kind of open and it gets a little more light, I also planted a bunch of pawpaw seeds right in here. But with all this club moss, I don't know if it's actually going to take. So maybe over here in this area that seems to be open, because I know I planted some seed in there too, but you never know. I mean, the soil might not be appropriate, but I plant so many darn pawpaw seeds everywhere that, I mean, some of them are bound to root. Planted some right up on the edge of the dam up here too, so. Okay, let's go on up the trail again. All right, folks, well, coming back down the trail, I actually noticed this poor little dead copperhead, which, he's not all that big, but, you know, he's dead. Somebody squished his head. I don't know, I don't see the point in doing this and killing him like this, although this is a venomous snake. So, yeah, I mean, I can understand why some people are fearful, and, you know, I mean, you could be hiking along this trail like this, like I am, and hardly can even see these guys, and yeah, it's kind of sad to me, but, well, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. So I've never been bitten by a venomous snake, so, you know, I'm just usually pretty careful. So, but as I said, you can see, take this as a warning, people. Don't take anything for granted. And yeah, my good buddy Jeff Friend, who I work with, he has his own channel, and he's always talking about wearing his snake chaps, and this right here, folks, is the reason why. So keep that in mind. All right, now I know I said that the some of the rhododendrons are blooming. Well, here's one that's up here a ways. I can't really see it, but I can put the camera on extension. There we go, and give you guys a good shot of it. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, not very many of them blooming right now, but that one just looked particularly pretty, so I just wanted to catch a quick shot of that. So back up to the dam. All right, so we finally made it to the reservoir. As I said, this is, or at least used to be, one of the water sources for our little town here. And one thing I've noticed about little dams like this is that these brown water snakes tend to bask on the sunny side of them because they're close to the water. It's open so they can sun themselves, and yet, you know, they just seem to like to come up the bank. Now, usually they don't bother me, but they do tend to be pretty aggressive for snakes. You know, in fact, I've seen several snake species, venomous ones like rattlesnakes and copperheads around here, that don't seem nearly as aggressive as these guys. But who knows? Maybe we'll see some if we walk real slow, because they tend to be skittish. If you block them from their water, then they'll usually try to attack. But nice butterfly bush and red clover. Can't remember what these little yellow daisy-like flowers are called. Probably in the daisy family. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to walk too fast because those brown water snakes were here last time I was here, and I don't want to take a chance of making one mad at me. I'm wearing shorts today, so, which I often do. I don't like wearing pants if I don't have to, but yeah, so far nothing, but not even halfway across yet. But yeah, it's a beautiful little reservoir. It's kind of in a horseshoe shape. I've been over on that bank over there, and there's a little structure someone started erecting with a bunch of stones, like a little foundation. It looked fairly recent. It didn't look like it'd been there a long time, but that was like 2-3 years ago. Interesting little bush shrub of some sort. I don't know what that is. It looks like something that would produce fruit. Clearly not producing fruit here. But also one time I came here with the gate open like this, and there was a great horned owl sitting right here. It was in the fall, so all the colors over here were just beautiful. And when that owl, that great horned owl, flew over the water and then flew up into one of those trees across over there, it was just one of the most amazing sights that I'll never forget. Oh, look at that. We got some nice berries sticking up over there. I don't think they're blackberries. There's some kind of bramble. Oh, no snakes. We don't want no snakes. Gonna munch on those because those are some of the plumpest berries I've seen around here. But look at that. Those, I have to look up and see if I can figure out what kind these are, because they stick up on the stalk. They're tiny little bushes, which is surprising because blackberries definitely, I mean, they look exactly like blackberries. I mean, I know there's so many different kind of varieties, but let's see how sweet these guys are. Okay, yeah, we got 5 of them there. Oh, I bet you these are like super sweet. They look like it. Oh, there's some more down there too. I think I'll just leave those for the animals, but here goes nothing. Oh my God, those are delicious. Oh my God, those are so sweet. Man, I'm gonna have to remember that and come up here and collect some. Maybe there's some more there. Man, those are really sweet. Some of the best berries I've had around here, and so plump. Yeah, definitely have to look up and see exactly what kind they are, though. Guess maybe there's no snakes out here today. Which, like I said, I was kind of expecting. Oh, yep, there went one. I just heard him go through the shrubs, the bushes. He heard me first, though. Yeah, I know that sound of them slithering through the dry stuff, so. See, speak of the devil, you know what they say. Well, I mean, I love snakes, don't get me wrong. I just, you got to be cautious around them because, I mean, the northern brown water snake is often mistaken for copperheads, but it's not poisonous. We got more of those berries right in there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them on the dam here. All right, some of that invasive honeysuckle, or at least that's what someone told me it was. Maybe we'll see some water snakes down here in the water once we get over here. Oh, look at this, grapes. I think these are fox grapes. Fox grapes tend to get bigger than the regular muscadine. Okay, oh, there goes a fish. That's the first time I've ever seen a fish in here. It's a little bluegill. Oh, there was a snake. Oh, saw him just like, yeah, it's one of them northern brown water snakes. I figured we'd see one today. Yeah, but that's the first time I've ever seen a fish in this reservoir. I didn't actually think there were any in here. Oh, there's a snake down there in the water. He's just sitting like, I wish I could know how to zoom. Hello, zoom. Maybe I can put the voice feature on and, yeah, keep trying, but usually it's a touchscreen thing, but I don't know how this thing works. What was that? Something jumped in the water over there. Not much flow this time of year, even with that rain. But I planted some pawpaws right down in here. I don't know if they'll grow because it's kind of overgrown, but and this locust tree. Oh, look at all those thorns. My goodness. It's kind of taken this spot for its own. Send it a second one here. We got some milkweed, and like I said, those awesome grapevines. Yeah, because the muscadine doesn't have the deep lobes. But there's like, I think there's 3 or 4 different specific grape species around my area. And I'm pretty sure that the ones with the big lobes are fox grapes. I could be wrong, but oh, more of those berries. Those ones aren't ripe yet. Well, just wanted to film a quick little closing. Oops, I've been doing my editing. My battery ran out while I was up there on the dam, so I just wanted to film a little closing, outro here and say thanks for joining me on this latest hike. I hope you enjoyed the content. You missed a milk snake that I thought I'd recorded, but like I said, the battery went dead. Neat little milk snake right there was at the dam too, and a couple other little things that, just nothing much, nothing big, but hey, we'll have plenty of adventures in the future. So this is Pyraxis, the Lutarian, wishing you a wonderful, great summer, a great day, and God bless everybody. If you like the content, then feel free to subscribe and like this video, and if you want to leave me a comment and let me know what some of those things I asked about are, then hey, feel free to do so. I'd love to hear your feedback. Anyways, that's it. Pyraxis out. Thanks.